What's up, everyone? Welcome to LTB's version of Triple Threat Podcast. Before you ask, LTB stands for lunch table. We don't need to talk about it, but that's what it stands for. After months of preparing and wishing for it to happen, we finally did it, and our podcast is out to the world. My name is Adreano, and these two here are Destin and Tones, my friends. This podcast is mainly for fun and here for us to express ourselves for y'all. My fault. On here, we'll be talking about football, basketball, baseball, music, wrestling, fantasy football, movies, whatever, anything. We're just here to provide entertainment for y'all, and we hope you stay and enjoy. As I said, my name is Adriano. I'm a high school athlete. Like my friend T, I'm a Boston sports fan. My favorite athletes are Derrick Rose and Cam Newton. Music-wise, I'm not going to lie and be honest. I don't have the best taste. I'm regarded as the worst taste out of our friend group. But I'm not scared to provide laughs in my music. I had to come out here with my Isaiah Thomas jersey for the first episode. I really hope the Celtics re-sign him. I don't think it'll happen, but one could hope. All right, Tones, you're up.
I'm Tones. I'm also 15 in high school. I'm a huge Boston sports guy, huge music and hip hop guy. My favorite rappers are J. Cole and A Boogie, and my favorite athletes are Jalen Ramsey and Jalen Brown.
I'm Destin. I'm 15. I'm a diehard Boston sports fan. My favorite athletes are Jason Tatum and Aaron Donald.
Be straightforward for you guys listening. We laugh a lot over here. We can't control ourselves. That's just how he is. That's how we are. My fault. We look at each other and we laugh. So yeah, hopefully you could bear with us and stick along. So for our first topic ever that we're ever gonna do, it's about something that we've been talking about recently a lot. The NBA's MVP discussion. Right now it's wide open. The front runners are Embiid, Jokic, Harden, Giannis, the usuals, Damian Lillard. But recently we've had a lot of debates on who we think will be MVP. Tones, who do you think should win?
It's easily Joel Embiid. He's averaging 30, 11, 3, 1, and 1. He's the best player on the best team in the East. He's shooting 52 from the field and 40% from three. I mean, I don't really know how it's an argument. I can see Jokic, maybe Dame. They're putting up great numbers. Their teams aren't as good, which is why I have Embiid. But I can't really see anyone else.
So you're not using the fact that he's missed 18 games? You're not going to care about that? You're not going to bring that up?
No.
Why?
He's putting up MVP numbers.
If he plays every single game for the rest of the season, he'll have the second least amount of games played from an MVP. He'll play only 75% of his games, of his team's games.
Look, even when he was playing, they were the best team. What's their record without him? Let me see.
How you not gonna know that stuff, man?
Facts, man. Gotta have that ready.
Yeah, but either way, I can see Jokic. He hasn't missed that much time. His team is doing great, although they just lost Jamal Murray. They're still winning games without him. Maybe Dame. He's also putting up great numbers. But other than them three, I can't really see anyone. Maybe Harden. But
I just checked. The Sixers are 9-9 without Embiid. They're still a playoff team in the East.
They're 500 with him. What's 500 without him?
Without him.
They're about 20 games over 500 with him.
My point.
Okay. Destin?
I personally think that James Harden is the MVP this year. He's averaging 25, 9, and 11 with the best season of his career, arguably.
Are we forgetting 2019?
Team basketball-wise, this is the best
year of his career.
Team basketball-wise.
Give me a reason why.
This is the MVP. It's not about team basketball.
Kid.
That's exactly what MVP is.
No, it's not. The MVP award has never been about team basketball.
It's about how you can propel your team to the next level.
Westbrook wouldn't have won it. Harden wouldn't have won it. And Westbrook wouldn't have won it.
Harden was on a first seed.
What was Westbrook on?
That was rare.
He averaged
a triple-double.
That's the only reason he won.
And I personally think Harden has been the most important piece of the Nets this season.
Over Kyrie?
Over Kyrie.
How many games has Harden missed?
Harden? I think...
Missed some more games than Embiid, I'm pretty sure.
No, not at all. Harden never missed a long stint of games.
Let me see. James Harden has played 34 games this season. Joel Embiid's played 37.
Okay. Well, for me, my MVP is someone, outside of the radar, outside of the race. Someone who models the definition of most valuable player. Keep in mind, valuable. I'm going Chris Paul of the Phoenix Suns. I can see you guys smiling. Some smiling.
Yeah, because he's outside of the race for a reason.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
it's not up there.
He's averaging 16, 9, and 4. Those aren't MVP numbers. Those are like prime Ricky Rubio numbers. Okay. He leads the team in win shares. He's played 54 out of 55 games to lead them to a record of 40 and 15. Now, mind you, Devin Booker never won 40 games in his career. Last season was his best season. They went 34 and 39. When CP3 is on the court, their assist rates nearly double. They score more. It's his team. And I want those stats out the way because that's kind of boring to me. When you watch the Phoenix Suns, you ever went outside like your house and your parents are like telling you modeled them, or like the school tells you behave, you modeled them? The Suns are Chris Paul's DNA. No other team, Joel Embiid, the Sixers don't have his DNA. The Warriors, the Nets, they don't have James Harden's DNA. Chris Paul is valuable. He's the leader of a team that's going to have the best record in the league. And he has the best chance to win it this year compared to last couple years. Embiid missed 18 games. Jokic is the 4 seed. Giannis has voter fatigue. Harden has a super team. Curry is 500. And Dame and Luka are competing for the play-in tournament. Chris Paul, he carries himself and his team to I can't explain it. He carries them to the next level. He has LeBron-esque. He's LeBron-esque for the team. Do you not get what I'm saying?
Destin?
Okay, go.
I don't know about LeBron-esque, but he definitely has a big impact on the team. But statistically speaking, I don't think he has what it takes to be an MVP.
I feel like if he wins MVP, he'll be the first MVP to not make an All-NBA first team. He doesn't have the stats. He's not a top player in the league by any means, but he's the most valuable. Without Chris Paul, they're not a playoff team. With Chris Paul, they have the best record in the league. If Steph Curry or Damian Lillard did that, you're telling me they wouldn't be MVP?
They'd be putting up MVP numbers.
Yeah.
Chris Paul isn't putting up MVP numbers.
The numbers don't matter though when you're winning.
The numbers matter when
numbers
you're in
numbers
the MVP
matter
award.
when you want to win MVP.
When was the last time someone who didn't lead their team in scoring win MVP?
Steve Nash.
This is 2006. He's not in the race. He has no narrative. He's getting no media attention. He's not going to get.
He's picking up the media attention in the last couple weeks.
From who? Barkley?
CBS Sportsman. He thinks it's a joke.
He has no media attention, Adreano. He's not going to get any votes, and he's not putting up MVP numbers.
He probably won't. I'm not going to lie. He probably won't.
He's not the best player on his team. Devin Booker's averaging 25, 5, and 4. He's the best player on the Suns, without a debate.
He's just the best scorer. There's more to the game than scoring.
He's the best player.
Chris Paul's top 5 in assists and top 5 in steals in the league.
The Suns would be worse without Booker than they would without CP3. That's all I'm going to say. And he's not putting up MVP numbers.
That's very fair.
We never seen the Suns without Chris Paul. Well, actually, wait. The Suns, they're better defensively. I actually had that. They're better defensively, and they're more efficient on offense when Chris Paul is on the floor and Booker's not.
Take someone like Embiid, for example. They have dang near the same record. They're both at the top of their conferences. Embiid's averaging a double-double, 30 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Why would he?
He missed 18 games.
Why? That's not why he should.
And the reason I wouldn't say the reason the Sixers are winning because of him. They're winning because of Doc Rivers.
So without Embiid, they'd be at the top of the Eastern Conference.
They'll be a playoff team.
Would they be at the top of the Eastern Conference?
No.
Exactly.
Without Chris Paul, are the Suns even a playoff team? No.
Yes.
They
could be.
They weren't a playoff
team last year.
They weren't.
People improve. Chris Paul isn't the sole reason they're doing better.
Yeah.
He's a big part of why they're the 1 seed out.
And Embiid is the reason the Sixers are the 1 seed. Without Embiid, you said they're 500. They're they'd be competing with teams like Charlotte at the bottom of the playoffs in the East. They wouldn't be competing with Brooklyn at the top of the East.
That's fair.
He's easily the best big in the game right now,
I wouldn't say easily.
besides a healthy Anthony Davis.
I wouldn't say easily, but that's a different conversation to have. Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic can ball out, man.
I said besides a healthy AD, but I'm taking Embiid over Jokic any day.
That's fair.
That's fair.
That's fair.
So, what's your reasoning on why Harden isn't the MVP?
He's on a super team.
But KD, and how much games have they all three of them played together?
Probably like 3.
Probably like 2 or 3. And they're still all second, almost first seed in the East.
But almost every time he played with on the Nets, he's had either a Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant on his team.
I mean, he has had some valuable wins without either of them.
Like what?
That's the point.
He went on the road and beat the Suns by himself. That's a pretty impressive win to me.
I just don't.
But that's a small sample size though, like 5 games.
I don't think he's consistently been the best player on the Nets for him to win MVP.
I mean, with KD out majority of the time he's been there, he's been the best player.
I don't know. Kyrie would have something to say about that.
I'm going Kyrie.
Man.
He would.
Kyrie.
Am I wrong?
Yes.
And how is that?
Kyrie's just flat out not the best player in the Nets.
He plays like it.
He scores more points. That's about it.
Yeah. He averages 28, 5, and 6 this season.
28, 5, and 6.
Yep.
Harden averages 25, 8, and 11.
I don't know. Harden has the ball in his hands more. Harden takes more shots.
Yeah, that's for a reason, because he's the best player.
When you watch Kyrie and Harden play together, they're 1A, 1B. It's not just Harden's the best.
I don't know. Harden is more important to that team than Kyrie is.
I don't know.
And
I think
that's
they'd be
fact.
doing the same thing with either one of them.
Do you think any team could compete with the Nets? With their big three?
Healthy? No. Not in the East, at least.
None in the East.
All right, so that leads to the next topic: pretenders versus contenders. So I'm gonna name a team, then you guys are gonna say if they're pretenders or contenders. Then whoever disagrees, they will give their reasoning. Destin, are you frozen? Hello, Destin.
What did you say?
Are you frozen?
Not anymore. I just was.
All right, I'm giving teams. Your very own Boston Celtics.
Pretenders.
Contenders.
All right, why do you think they're contenders?
I believe they're contenders because they have 3 all-star caliber players.
Because you're biased?
With a now solid supporting cast, while Tatum and Brown are young potential superstars.
Hold up. You said hold up, my fault. You said they have a supporting cast.
Yes.
Good.
A solid supporting cast.
Did you not watch the Lakers game?
That was the 3rd, 4th string. That's not really your supporting cast.
These dudes played 5 minutes and they had a negative 20 plus minus.
Yeah, and none of those guys that were on the floor even play.
Semi Osler.
He doesn't even play anymore. Langford has his minutes.
Okay. All right.
What is their solid supporting cast though?
Pritchard.
Names.
Pritchard.
Marcus Smart.
What is Pritchard gonna do?
Pritchard averages what? 7, 8 points.
What
That's
is he
solid
gonna
off
do
the
come
bench.
playoff time?
Make threes. That's all he needs to do.
I don't see the Celtics competing with Philly, a healthy Nets team, or a healthy Bucks team. The bench is too inconsistent. Kemba is too inconsistent. You don't know what you're getting from Kemba.
Kemba's looking like he's back to form recently.
No,
man.
he's not. He's
been looking like it.
He's a defensive liability in the playoffs too. You don't want to talk about that.
I mean, he can stand his ground on defense.
No, because when it comes to pick and roll and Kemba gets switched on to people like Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Kyrie, Harden, he's a liability. And then Brad just continuously gets out-coached at the end of games. So
it's not just Brad being out-coached.
Yeah.
The players cancel him out.
Yeah.
All right. Miami.
I think they're pretenders.
Pretenders.
They're contenders, bro. They're built for the playoffs. They're a grit and grind defensive team, man. They match up well. Bam Adebayo at the big. They match up well against Philly. Match up well against Brooklyn. Match up well against Milwaukee.
How do they match up well against Brooklyn?
They have length down low. I mean, obviously Brooklyn, you have James Harden, Kyrie, and
I don't think they compete with Brooklyn on the perimeter. Too many playmakers and scorers.
I think they can hold their ground. Jimmy Butler, Goran Dragic, Kendrick Nunn. Then
And no,
yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say then they could compete on the offensive end. They have capable guys in the playoffs.
I don't know. I don't think. Again, I don't see them competing with the top three teams. Maybe not even the Celtics anymore. The other team's just better. The Heat. They don't have a real number two scoring option. Jimmy is the only person on that team who puts up 20 a game.
Who did they have last year though when he made to the finals?
That was a fluke in my opinion.
I
You
think
didn't have the Nets here. The Sixers weren't healthy. The Celtics collapsed.
I think they outmatch. The playoffs are all about matchups. I think they match up well against Milwaukee, as it's proven. They can build a wall. And Philly doesn't have a closer. Miami
No,
doesn't
I
have a
agree with
closer.
that, but
And Miami has probably the best defensive big on the team to guard Embiid. I don't think there's only one team that matches well against Brooklyn, but out of the other teams like Milwaukee and Philly, and if you guys want to count Boston, I think Miami matches well.
I mean, like I said, I think they need a real number two scoring option who takes pressure off Jimmy offensively.
My reasoning for the Heat not being a contender is because they're most likely going to get the Nets in the second round, and if that happens, they're not going too far.
What if they get the 5 seed and face Philly second round?
Then maybe they can upset Philly, but I still don't think that's going to happen.
Philly has some shooters now.
Yeah.
They didn't have that last year, and they weren't healthy in the playoffs last year.
Okay.
And Embiid just took a huge step. He's way better than he was last year.
I wouldn't say he's way better. I feel like he's being used better.
I don't know. His post game is better.
Fair.
He still shoots too much.
He's playing with more effort.
But
He's not as lazy anymore.
When he's tired, he still shoots a lot. Against the Celtics, he could have had 55, 60, but he only had 40 because he's shooting the ball when he could just drive. All right, Milwaukee. I say contenders.
I say contenders.
I say pretenders.
They just match up well with Brooklyn. Destin,
Yeah.
You could go.
Until Giannis can sustain his MVP level of play in the playoffs, I don't see them going far.
I feel like you can go.
He constantly gets shut down. Not shut down, but he gets slowed down in the playoffs every single year. The Heat did it to him last year. The Raptors the year before.
But the Nets can't because they did it because they had the length and they had the size to build a wall. The Nets can't.
I feel like with that, with the additions of Holiday and Tucker, I feel like it's going to be a different story come playoff time. They can take some pressure off of Giannis.
I mean, you're talking about the Nets, but defensively, yeah, they don't have length, but they're still just going to outscore the Bucks with ease too.
I mean,
I don't see anyone on the Bucks, or I don't see the Bucks as a unit being able to keep up with KD, Harden, Kyrie.
When you could throw out PJ Tucker, Giannis, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, you can just come out with defenders, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then you lack scoring.
You won't because no one could build a wall. Giannis could dominate in the paint like he does in the regular season against a team like the Nets.
I still don't think that's going to win you games in the playoffs.
But
teams that can put up 130, 135.
In the playoffs, not going to put up 130. That's not going to happen.
The Nets. I don't know.
But
the game slows down.
Until I see Giannis not get slowed down in the playoffs, I'm not calling them contenders.
But with the Milwaukee, it's weird because if they face Miami or Philly, I'm not going to say that they have the best chance to win. But if they face
the playoffs is all about matchups.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is kind of weird saying the most unstoppable team. It will be their best matchup. All right. Now going to the West, Dallas.
Dallas is a pretender.
I think they're contenders.
Let's go.
Why?
Let's go. Me personally, I'm a big fan of Luka. So I think this team goes as far as he can take them. he has solid help with another all-star talent in Porzingis, shooters like Trey Burke, Tim Hardaway, Richardson, Kleber, just even Brunson. He has a lot of help, and I think if they get the right matchup, they can go far in the playoffs.
But you talked about KP, but what you don't know what you're getting from KP. One, you don't know if he's even going to play. You don't know at what level is he going to play. And I don't think the Mavs have enough shot creating. Beyond Luka and KP, who can really go get their own shot in the playoffs?
They remind me
Brunson.
They remind me
Consistently
Hardaway
in the
maybe.
playoffs.
I
don't think they have enough consistent scoring.
They remind me of the Celtics with Isaiah Thomas. They have that one playmaker, and the rest is
Luka's gonna end up getting burnt out. He's gonna get tired. Teams are gonna tire him out.
They have some shot creators around him though, and Brunson, Hardaway, and Richardson. They can all create their own shots.
I don't know if they can consistently shot create in the playoffs.
I think they can.
I don't know. Who are the Mavs? No, they didn't. Who are the Mavs really competing with? Are they competing with the healthy Lakers? Are they competing with the healthy Clippers?
I think they can compete with a healthy Clippers, healthy Nuggets, healthy Suns, healthy Jazz.
I don't know about healthy Jazz. And the Nuggets aren't going to be healthy. So.
Yeah, not the Nuggets.
They're just not deep enough for my liking.
I mean, I feel like with the
playoff time, you have to be deep.
I feel like with the West, anyone not named the Lakers can compete with each other. This is that deep.
I don't know. They don't have beyond Luka. Who can play make?
Brunson, Richardson, Hardaway.
Destin, stop saying Brunson.
Brunson is a playmaker off the bench.
Trey Burke's better.
Trey Burke's, I mean, but
Brunson's not going to give you any consistency in the playoffs.
Brunson can give you 14, 15 a game in the playoffs.
We'll have to see. I just don't agree.
All right. Utah's
a contender.
Pretender.
I think out of all, like you said, everyone besides the Lakers are competing with each other, and I think the Jazz are at the top of that. They're very deep. They have so many shot creators: Mitchell, Ingles, Clarkson, Conley, Bojan, and they play team ball.
Bojan.
Whatever.
Facts.
Clarkson is arguably the best sixth man in the league.
The best.
This year. He can score. Mike Conley can relieve pressure off Mitchell. He can play make. He can score. They have shooters, and they have Rudy Gobert, anchor in the middle, and they're well coached. So they can compete.
In my notes, I really just said depth plus shooting plus hunger equals championship. That's it. They're hungry. They have the depth. They have the shooting. If they have consistent shooting, bro, sky's limit.
I really don't understand how you can say that the Mavericks are contenders, but the Jazz aren't contenders. I don't understand that at all.
Mavericks have a true second option. The Jazz don't.
Mike Conley's an all-star.
Mike Conley's a 15 points per game scorer.
Well, first of all, the Jazz second option is inconsistent. He's a huge question mark.
Jazz second option or the Mavericks?
I mean, the Mavs second option is a huge question mark.
He's not inconsistent. He's just not healthy.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
When he's playing,
he looks pretty healthy this year ever since he got back.
Even if the Jazz don't have a second option, they're deeper than the Mavs. Like I said, Ingles, Clarkson, Conley, Bojan, they can all create shots.
I mean, but come playoff time, it comes down to how your stars perform. And if you don't really have another star alongside Donovan Mitchell, how far you can go.
You can have two stars, but the Mavs still aren't deep.
I mean,
you have to be deep.
They're deep enough.
I'm taking depth over stars.
No, come playoff time, it's stars over depth.
I don't know. Not for this Jazz team.
Remember a couple years ago, Jazz versus Thunder? Depth beat stars.
I mean, but the stars didn't perform to how they were supposed to. That's why.
Hey, you can't rely on one guy.
Mitchell is a star. Mitchell's a star.
And besides that, who?
Mike Conley.
That's who. Mike Conley isn't a star, but they have depth. And they have great defense. Well coached.
Second option. Yeah. Not enough scoring, in my opinion.
They have more scoring than the Mavericks.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
They have more shot creators than the Mavericks.
All right. Let's move on.
Who? I
Who?
named them twice.
Who? Name them again.
Ingles, Clarkson, Conley,
Ingles.
and Bojan.
Wait, so Ingles and Bojan are shot creators.
All right, let's move on. The Phoenix Suns. You guys can unmute. I think they're contenders.
Someone's unmute. Nice.
Pretenders.
The Suns,
Yeah,
contenders.
I think
Why?
Booker, he's gonna show up in big games.
Yeah,
And in the playoffs, you need someone like that.
yeah.
They have length. They have length to guard perimeter stars like Kawhi, PG. I'm not gonna say LeBron. You know, they're not gonna compete with the Lakers, but I think they, out of everyone in the West, they have the second best odds.
I think it could go either way. Like you said, if Booker performs, I think they can be contenders. But if he puts up like less than 25 game, I don't see it because they don't have enough shot creating. Off the bench, they don't have enough shot creating.
Cameron
Even in the
Payne?
starting lineup, they don't have a whole ton of shot creating. And I think that's probably one of the most important things in the playoffs. You need people who can create their own shots that aren't your best players, that can relieve some of the pressure off your best players. I don't think the Suns have that. Because if CP3 and Booker are scoring,
Ayton.
but
Ayton, yeah.
he's a shot creator, he can score.
Yeah, he can score consistently in the post.
You got Mikal
It's not
Bridges.
He's not going to dribble the ball and shoot a 3, but
Cameron Johnson. You got shooters, bro.
yeah.
They're basically like Utah with a true second option.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Portland.
Pretenders.
I think it can go either way. I was torn on this one.
See, I didn't really have. This is the only team I didn't have a reason for. I said contenders just because you can't count out Dame.
Yeah,
He
you
can
have
shot 50.
Dame. You have Dame. He can put up 30, 40, 50 a game. Any game, I meant. If CJ can show up, I think they're contenders. Because sometimes he shows inconsistency, but if he can show up consistently, I think they could be contenders.
I don't think he's ever been inconsistent in the playoffs though. Against that Nuggets series a couple years ago, he averaged like 30.
Yeah, but they don't have enough defense for me. Besides really Covington and maybe Nurkic, nobody else on their team is even a good defender.
Yeah, that's true. I can see them making
Derrick Jones.
Maybe a second
Derrick
round
Jones,
push. Maybe
he's
a
all
second
right
round
with his
push.
athleticism.
But beyond that, I don't really see.
If there's one team I want to see win a championship, it'll be Portland. Obviously over Boston, but
I couldn't care less.
Yeah, I don't
wins the
care about
championship.
Lillard, Carmelo's my guy, man.
I'd rather see Chris Paul win a championship.
He should have won one, but you man Harden, he choked.
I mean, that wasn't really Harden's fault.
Yeah, that wasn't Harden's fault. Chris Paul should have not got injured.
How do you prevent?
Made of glass.
Exactly.
All right.
Warriors would have still won that series, but for another time.
So that's it with NBA content. We're gonna move on to the NFL, and with the NFL draft underway in 2 weeks, it's supposed to be the deepest draft with quarterbacks in a long time, with there being about 5 quarterbacks projected to go in the first round. And my question here: give a quarterback and say, where do you think he'll be the best suited to go? What I mean is, give a quarterback, give a situation, and why you think he'll be a Hall of Famer there.
Hall of Famer.
I don't know.
It's just his best situation.
Yeah.
All right, you go first.
Destin, you go first.
I go first?
Yeah.
All right, so I picked Trey Lance, and I think his best situation will be in Denver. I think at North Dakota State, his main receiver was Christian Watson, a big-bodied receiver that kind of resembles Cortland Sutton. They have the same type of play, and he'd have a great security blanket in Noah Fant, along with other weapons like Jerry Jeudy, KJ Hamler, and Melvin Gordon, along with a solid defense. I just think that's where he'd succeed.
What pick do they have?
They have.
Are they in the top 10?
No, I think they're right outside of it.
Yeah, before New England, so they're probably like 13 or 12.
Yeah.
Okay, now, would you say bench Drew Lock right away for Trey Lance, or would you say let him sit?
Bet Drew Lock right away.
Okay.
I don't think he's benefiting at all from playing behind Drew Lock for a year.
For me, I put Justin Fields. That's a Atlanta. Main reason is to sit behind Matt Ryan. I don't think Justin Fields is ready for the NFL. I think he should have went back to college, but I understand why he wanted to make money right away. But I think sitting behind Matt Ryan and learning behind an MVP is amazing. There's no other team who he's going to sit behind and learn from someone like that. And eventually, when he does play, he'll have Calvin Ridley, Hayden Hurst, Russell Gage to all throw to. It's perfect for a young QB.
Forgetting someone there?
Julio Jones is probably gone.
No.
And especially with a guy like Fields, you don't want to mess up that potential by playing him right away. Let him grow. He has the highest ceiling in the draft, so you want to let him grow, let him learn. And like kind of like Patty Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. I'm not going to say he's going to be Patrick Mahomes.
Were you talking just QBs there, right?
Yeah, not counting Lawrence. Not counting Trevor Lawrence. He has the highest ceiling.
I don't agree with that.
I think it's Wilson either. Yeah.
All right, Tones.
Speaking of Zach Wilson, I think he'd fit right in San Francisco. San Francisco has a decent online. They were middle of the pack last year. He's going to have a great security blanket to take off pressure, and George Kittle, arguably the best tight end in the league. They have a top 10 run game, which also takes a ton of pressure off the quarterback when you can run the ball. They have a great defense. Well, they're going to have a great defense again next year. They weren't healthy this year, which also takes more pressure off the quarterback. And you have a great modern coach in Kyle Shanahan.
Do you think, all right, I'm going to ask the same question I asked Destin. Do you think he should start right away or sit out?
I think he should start right away.
Okay.
What is Garoppolo? I don't think he can do anything for that team anymore.
With that contract, though, who are you going to trade him to?
I don't know. I don't know. But
not sure if he'd even be able to.
I don't think they traded up for no reason. So you trade up to 3. What else are you going to draft? I don't think they traded up for no reason. Unless they take, I don't even know. 3 is high. So I think they're aiming for QB.
Okay. So speaking of Jimmy Garoppolo, his former team, New England Patriots, our New England Patriots that we love so dearly, they're rumored to pick a quarterback in a draft. What do you think they should do in this draft class with all these quarterbacks? Do you think they should trade up, trade down, stick with Cam, draft the quarterback? What do you think they should do? Tones, go first.
All right. I think they should trade up. I don't know who or where I think they should find a way to trade up and get Fields. Have him learn under Belichick and Cam, who's a former MVP. Cam can teach him everything. Pats would be a great place. They have a great O-line, one of the best in the league. They have 2 security blanket tight ends that they just got, Hunter Henry, Jonnu Smith. They're going to have their defense back. They're going to have a great rushing game. And what is a better situation for a rookie QB than Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels? I can't find one.
I mean, I don't think a rookie QB's ever played for Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels.
That's true. But I don't think they should start him right away. I think they should kind of do what the Eagles did with Hurts. Wait for him to be ready. Maybe this year, maybe not. But whenever he's ready, he'll go right in.
Okay. Destin?
Well, I think Justin Fields is a great fit. I think it's more reasonable for them to keep the 15th pick, draft best available, and later in the draft Jamie Newman. Jamie Newman is 6'4", 230 pounds, and he has the same type of skill set as Cam Newton. Sitting behind him for a year, he could help develop his skill set, and he'd be in a great situation to win.
So, out of all the quarterbacks, why do you choose him? Like, why don't you just draft Trey Lance?
Because I feel like to get one of those top 5 quarterbacks, they'd have to trade up, and I don't think that'd be best for business to move more assets to trade up to get a quarterback.
See, that's where I disagree with you. I agree. We should start Cam. We should draft a quarterback, but let him rest, let him wait. But I think we could just draft Trey Lance where we are right now. He
I
kind
don't
of
think that's an option.
He's not falling to
He's
15.
not falling to 15. Think about all the teams that need a quarterback. You have obviously the Jaguars. You have
Yeah.
maybe the Jets are drafting a QB. Then you
Either
have
Wilson.
San
They are.
Francisco probably drafting a QB. Carolina, Atlanta, Denver probably.
Atlanta's trying to trade down.
Yeah, whoever trades up is trading up for a QB.
Exactly.
I'm not a betting guy, but I would bet Trey Lance is available. Draft night.
I think if they draft best available, it's going to be Jalen Waddle.
Jalen Waddle's going top 10.
he's going to the Giants.
I don't know.
Jalen Waddle's going early.
Going where?
For me, I think Patriots should get Parsons. I like Parsons, man, and I think he's going to fall to us.
You think he's gonna fall, but not Trey Lance?
Yes,
It's kind
that's
of weird.
exactly what I think.
That's kind
Because
of weird.
more teams need QBs. There's like 7 teams before us that need a quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he'll be available. And let's say it won't happen, but if it did, Trey Lance behind Cam will be his best situation. You got a running QB, learn from a running quarterback, a running MVP, like Destin said. Just let him wait after a year and see what happens. I'm a big
What if
believer.
What if he's not available? Then what do you do?
Take best available. I don't think trading down's an option. I feel like you're trying. You brought so many free agents in, but none of them are really young. They're
So
old.
if you think we should draft Lance because he has the same type of skill set as Newton, he's a running QB, then why not just trade up and get Fields? You said he has the highest ceiling in the draft.
Too much, and I don't think it's realistic.
I don't know.
Because I feel like Fields, he's probably going to go number 2, number 3. Like, unless he falls like a Mitchell Trubisky, then you trade up to get him. I don't think that'll happen.
Didn't Trubisky
I
go
don't think
too?
the Jets. I don't think
Yeah.
the Jets take a QB. I don't know.
They traded Sam Darnold.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did forget that. Dang.
Jets are taking Wilson 100%.
I think they will.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the best fit for him.
I mean, I don't think the Jets is the best fit for anybody.
Yeah, I think it is, man. For
Uh,
Wilson.
For what reason? Why is that better than San Francisco would be?
All those new assets they just got, new culture. They hired Robert Saleh. He could turn that team around, and he can be the face of a team right away. You can't really get that anywhere else.
Do you think
But-
they'll be a playoff contender?
The
No, not the
49ers,
playoff contender.
the 49ers don't have to be turned around. They're
Yeah, but
already a good
he's
team.
not going to go there and start right away. Whoever the 49ers draft isn't going to start week 1.
Who's going to start for them?
You don't think that could be
Jimmy
better for
Garoppolo.
someone than going to the Jets?
No,
Same thing could happen that happened to Darnold.
but it won't.
Okay, because you said so.
No, they have a brand new coach, a brand new coach, more weapons. They just signed Corey Davis, who else?
They still have
Keelan
no
Cole.
O-line,
Keelan Cole and Tevin Coleman.
but they still have no O-line. He's not going to be able to get any protection.
Bro, just hold your microphone like this, man.
Why would I just hold it? I'm literally sitting it up.
He
King
won't
of the
have
fourth
any
quarter.
protection in New York.
Hey man, they're working on that O-line. Mekhi Becton was a great pick.
I don't know. I just don't think the Jets would be a good fit for any of these quarterbacks.
And in the market, being in New York helps you.
All right, what do you think is the
Okay.
worst out of all the teams looking for a quarterback? What do you think is the worst fit for them?
The Jets.
What, for like each quarterback?
No, like if you say you're a quarterback going to the draft, what's one team you would not want to get drafted to?
The Lions.
The Lions, I don't think, are taking quarterback. They probably
Yeah, but
take either. a
I've heard some
receiver or
rumors that-
DB.
They might.
I'm gonna go with the Bears
Why the Bears?
because, bro, that's what wants goes at the organization. They don't know what they're doing. They got rid of Trubisky to sign Andy Dalton, and there's 2 aging quarterbacks right in front of you. They don't know what they're doing. For a team that's not in contention to win, having 2 old quarterbacks is
Mhm.
stupid. It's
I mean,
plain
I think-
stupid.
I think the Bears could be decent. I mean, they have Allen Robinson, who's top 8, top
He's-
10
He's
wide
gone.
receiver. You think?
If he's not gone by the trade deadline, he'll be gone by next year.
Yeah, that could be true. But their defense is decent. I just think there's worse out there. The Jets, they are showing no improvement.
I mean,
What
Jets signed
if you
Corey Davis.
they as a quarterback, you see what the Jets did for Darnold. I just don't think you'd want to go there.
Yeah, but they recreated the whole coaching staff. That's going to help out a lot.
I don't
Their
know.
offense is gonna be blazing, bro. They have a
I
whole
don't know
new
about
culture.
blazing. They're gonna be better than 115, but I don't know about blazing.
Nah, let me try to compare this. So obviously I don't play in the NFL. I play high school football. They changed their whole offense, our school, and now their offense is better than it has been in years. Maybe that'll happen with the Jets. They changed their scheme, coaching staff will come out better than last year, and that's all you could ask for.
I just think it's all up in the air. It's too much of a question mark for me.
All right. Now, that's it for that segment. The next one, it's not mainly about you guys. It's about fantasy football with Adreano. You guys can take a little break. I'm gonna talk about who to start, who to draft, and who not to draft. You guys could take, a page out of my book. Seeing that you guys are trash at fantasy football.
All right.
For the viewers, I went 8-5. I made the playoffs. I was a 2 seed. This dude Destin, he went 5-8 for a second straight year. Missed the playoffs. Then Mr. Tones went 6-7, lost in the first round.
For the champion.
Yeah, but he lost in the first round. He went 6 and
Wasn't
he went
a real
7-6, right? 7-6.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Oh, winning record. All right. So for who you want to draft, I suggest this person in the first round. In a big league, like 10-man league, 9th overall. I'm gonna go Miles Sanders, running back, Philadelphia Eagles. With Hurts last year, he had his 19 points. Why are you laughing? You went 5-8. Don't laugh. You went 5-8.
I was
I
undefeated
had
against
Miles
you.
Sanders
Adriano.
on my team. Do not draft Miles Sanders.
You went 7-6 and you lost in the first round.
Nah, but you are right about him getting more production with Hurts.
Yeah, facts.
I have stats to prove it. He's perfect PPR. Hurts targeted him 13 times in 3 games. In the 3 games they started together. Then he also got more red zone touches with Hurts than he did with Wentz. I think Doug Marone, whatever his name is, Doug Peterson, my fault, and Carson Wentz held him back. With Jalen Hurts and their run game that they love in Philly now, he's gonna be a beast. RB1. Then for don't, David Montgomery. He balled out in the playoffs. Everyone thought he would be an RB1 for fantasy. But this year, Tariq Cohen will be back. And the last 2 years Tariq Cohen played, he was top 5 in receptions and targets. He'll be the third down back. He'll take touches away from Montgomery. Montgomery will still be good like as a flex or your RB2, but don't draft him as an RB1. I'd rather take Tariq Cohen over David Montgomery this year. Trust me, that's fantasy football with Adriano. That's it. All right. Before we head to our last segment, I want to talk about Smackdown last night.
Did you watch it?
Bro, the company's trash. Tell me how it's the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Edge is not there. Daniel Bryan's not there. Big E is not there. Sasha Banks is there for 3 seconds. Doesn't even talk.
I just think they're confused. It's like they don't know what they want to do. They don't know what they're doing with Cesaro. They don't know what they're doing with Cesaro.
I like the Cesaro thing. I think what they're doing is they want to push him to be in the main event, but it's gonna be a long-term story. So he's gonna try again to Roman, but there's gonna be obstacles in front of him, like Seth Rollins.
And Roman's getting a little repetitive. I think. I like it, but it's gonna get old fast.
That promo last night was amazing. I think.
Yeah, but what was different about it than every promo he's cut since he's been champion?
Hey man, that line where he said he pinned 2 Hall of Famers, and that no one in the locker room wants to step foot in the ring with him. That was amazing. Then Cesaro's music hit.
I just want to see how long they're going to keep this going. The whole Jey Uso thing's just getting a little repetitive for me.
Yeah, I was watching, Russell talk. They're like, it's basically the same thing every week. Jey Uso
It
fights
is.
for Roman Reigns and he loses. So,
Yep.
But
So,
if I was in creative, I would not book Cesaro to fight Roman right away. I would wait till like Money in the Bank or something. Slow build it. Yeah, Aleister
yeah,
Black's coming back.
you can't transition from Edge and Daniel Bryan to Cesaro. I just don't know how that's going to work. He needs to be built up way more.
Yeah. How do you feel about Aleister Black? He's rumored to come back.
I don't know that I'm happy. They're gonna misuse him again. So
All right.
depending on how they use him, if he's a face, it won't be good.
I think he'll be a heel.
He should be.
Then, you want us to be our last segment, start, bench, cut, or should we go talk about Jabari Parker?
No, start bench cut.
Destin, you here?
Mhm.
All right. You guys know start, bench, cut. I'm gonna give you 3 names. It'll say who you're starting, who you're benching, who you're cutting. If you're bogus, I kick you out the meeting. All right. Start, bench, cut. Lillard, Luka, Kyrie, Irving.
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Start Luka, bench Kyrie, cut Lillard.
I'm gonna have to right now. Right now, I'm starting Kyrie and benching Luka, just because Kyrie has gotten it done in the postseason. Luka hasn't.
I feel like
So
Luka
that's-
brings more to a team, though.
No,
Yeah.
he does, but Luka, I need to see him win. Kyrie is, I don't know. I just think I value the postseason. He's gotten it done there.
All right. I mean, he's played with LeBron James. That's why.
Yeah.
When he played with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, he got bounced in the second round. Okay. De'Aaron Fox, Trae Young, Jaylen Brown.
Start Jaylen Brown, bench De'Aaron Fox, cut Trae Young.
I agree. I think
I got-
Jaylen Brown.
I gotta go
Jaylen
start.
Brown.
My fault.
No, you go.
Start Fox, bench Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I was contemplating doing that, but I don't know.
I
De'Aaron
think
Fox.
JB gives you more. They can. I don't know. They both can play defense. Fox is a better playmaker, but JB's a better scorer. It all depends on like what you want.
Yeah.
What hurts Fox is that he can't shoot like efficiently. He's
Mhm.
getting better, but like compared to Jaylen Brown and Trae Young, he's not.
Yeah.
Ray just I don't you can't he's not a winner. I don't think you can win with him as your best, maybe not.
He needs to
even
like
second
adjust
best
his
player.
play style.
He does.
I mean,
'Cause
he's still only 21, 22.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, he
still,
can get better, but like as of right now.
he hasn't gotten better. Really,
Okay.
he hasn't become a good
Alright.
playmaker either.
Next one, Jeremy Grant, Julius Randle, Pascal Siakam.
Start Randall, bench Siakam, cut Grant.
Perfect.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rand-
Siakam's gotten it done in the postseason, and Randall is just a
He's a
better
beast.
player.
I feel like Jeremy Grant, I don't want to hate on him, but I feel like if he's on a winning team, he's not doing this.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
That's what exactly
He's-
what I was gonna say.
He's getting the touches.
Yeah.
We could say the same about Julius Randle.
Yeah, but
don't know, but
Randall's
his
been like
team
a
is
second,
winning.
third option and still put up all right.
His
No.
team is winning too.
Now,
Yeah.
if you put Randle and Jeremy Grant on different teams, do you think Randle's doing the same thing with Dwayne Casey in Detroit?
Like if they swap teams.
If
Yeah.
they swap teams, the Knicks wouldn't be as good. That's what I'll say.
I don't think Knicks will be a playoff team.
They wouldn't.
Okay. All right. Fourth one, Fred VanVleet, Terry Rozier, Malcolm Brogdon.
Start Van Vliet, bench Brogdon, cut Rozier. That was hard to say.
I might be starting. I might start Brogdon and bench Van Vliet
Yo, bugging. I'm starting
because
Rozier.
Yeah.
Rozier.
I like Rozier, man, but
That's my guy.
yeah,
I wish he was still a Celtic over Kemba. Kemba, if you're
Facts.
watching, probably not, but I still love you. But Rozier's my guy.
I just think Brogdon's the most complete player out of the three. He can
Yeah.
play make better than the other two. He can play better defense than the other two. He has a 3-point shot. He's consistent and he can get to the basket. I think he's the most complete player.
I feel like if you want to win a championship, though, he can't be a starting point guard.
Who, Brogdon?
Yeah, I feel like
Can
he's more like a
Rozier?
second unit type of guy. I think Rozier can.
I don't think so.
Whoa.
It depends. No, you have to have a superstar and another all-star if Rozier is your starting point guard and you want to win a championship.
Yeah, same with Brogdon though.
I'm just saying, you put them on LA. I think LA, like the Lakers, I think it'd be better with Rozier starting than Brogdon.
Yeah, because
What
they
about
don't
Van
really-
Vliet?
the Lakers don't really need a playmaker.
Van Fleet's done in the playoffs. Brogdon never has. Well, no, he never has.
Yeah.
Rozier has.
Hmm.
So
But
you could say that
Van
against
Vliet
Brogdon.
was like the fourth best player on that team.
Yeah, but he still averaged like 20 in the finals.
I mean,
Yeah.
don't even count that season. Count last year too. He was cooking the Celtics.
I just think Brogdon's the most complete player.
Okay, last one. RJ Barrett, Michael Porter Jr., Norman Powell.
All right.
This is tough.
Norman Powell, Tones' favorite player.
I hate him.
Facts.
Wait, who was the first one before MPJ?
RJ Barrett.
I think I'm gonna start MPJ and bench RJ Barrett.
Have you not been watching Norman Powell? He's having 20. Averaging 20.
This year,
I'm gonna start RJ Barrett.
Of course you are.
I don't know if I want to say this. I'm gonna start RJ Barrett, bench Norman Powell, and cut Michael Porter.
MPJ is the best. He's a great scorer. He's young.
He
can play
He
defense.
has the most potential out of the three, but as of right now, with his shot selection, and he doesn't really play defense. So, I don't know.
Actually,
I think he does play defense, but I think with Murray out, he's gonna be getting more shots and he's gonna.
I was gonna
Well,
say
yeah,
that.
Yeah,
That Murray
That's-
injury hurts because
that's gonna help his stats and stuff. But
that's what I think is make or break for the Nuggets. If he can perform, because he's gonna be getting a lot of the shots that Murray was getting, because he's just that good of a scorer.
when Murray
yeah.
comes back, Murray's gonna be the third option. I feel like Murray
That's-
MPJ is gonna develop into that
I don't
second
know if I
option.
would say that.
nah,
I hope it doesn't happen. Murray's
That's
one of
kinda
my
fair.
players. But I think
I
this
don't know. I
is
think-
the chance for Michael Porter Jr. to take the next step.
mhm.
Yeah, that's all we had. Unless y'all want to talk about Jabari Parker, man.
I mean,
You
I think
think-
it was a decent signing. I just don't think it's gonna change anything.
I think it's gonna help. Give us some
We-
scoring off the bench.
What minutes is he really gonna get?
He's gonna get those minutes at the 4 off the bench.
Take minutes from Grant Williams.
Yeah,
I
But
just
that's-
don't think it's gonna. I don't think we're gonna improve because we signed Jabari Parker.
he's a scorer, man. That's what we lack on the bench.
The Celtics have a lot of bench pieces that shouldn't be in the NBA. And you
Like who?
picked
Shouldn't be in the
Hey,
NBA.
I don't want to name drop, man. I want to have a good relationship with the team.
We all know who they are, man. You know.
I don't want to name drop. Semi Osley's my guy, so it's not Semi.
I
Yeah,
just
facts.
don't think-
Semi's great.
I don't think our bench is gonna be any more consistent or any better. Getting
Hey,
Jabari
man.
Parker.
If he could drop 20 in a playoff game, that's all you're really asking for.
Facts. If he can average 11 or 12 off the bench, that's perfect.
That's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
He hasn't
man,
played
you
in
never know.
nearly. He played like 3 games this year.
He played last year and averaged 15 and 7 on the Hawks.
Way than that's for the Hawks.
He won't be getting a lot of shots because you know how Smart is when he's running with the bench unit. So
Yeah, but I don't know. Jabari Parker's a scorer, man.
Do you start
I
Smart
still-
when healthy?
no,
Yeah.
you need him on the bench unit.
No.
You can, I don't think
Alright,
Smart and Kemba are good starting together.
I mean, you're going to
don't
need
like it.
Smart out there with Kemba out there, though. For
don't know.
defense wise.
But
Who's starting at the 4 though? Because we're not gonna run
Then-
double big.
then who runs
Tatum.
the point? Then who runs the point with the bench unit?
Pritchard.
Who runs Pritchard?
In
I
the
don't
playoffs,
like
that's
that.
not going to work.
I
That's
mean,
not going to work in the playoffs.
that's
He's
not
too
really going to happen
inexperienced.
because the way rotations are set up, it's not going to be all the bench out there at once. But
That's what they did last year when we had Hayward. Hayward would start, but he would run with the bench.
yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
that with
something.
Tatum now.
Hmm.
Tatum leads the game like,
Yeah, Tate leaves it early.
yeah,
Yeah,
late
him
in
and
the
Brown are
first.
like never on the court together until like the fourth quarter.
Nah, they start the third, they end the second. Like just
I just
I don't know.
I hate how the Celtics end quarters, bro. It's
they
always
end
an
quarters.
ISO.
I hate how the Celtics end games. We end games absolutely terribly.
We pay too much
It's been
attention.
happening for a long time.
We pay too much attention to 2-for-1s at the end of quarters.
Yes.
There's
And
35 seconds left. They're shooting it no matter where they are.
And
I don't
like then you
like-
hear Scalabrine saying it's a good shot. Gets on my nerves.
That's a 2-for-1.
That's 2-for-1. Like I just don't like how Brad sets up our offense at the end of games. It's all ISO,
He runs everything through Tatum.
which I don't like.
What are you gonna run?
I
what are you
mean,
gonna run it through?
I like it, but too much ISO.
Yes, exactly. Too much ISO. It's like we stop passing at the end of games. And
we don't
just
pass
give-
throughout
we just-
games. We don't pass period.
I've been saying that too. We don't pass enough.
But what's funny is that when we do pass, we end up blowing teams out.
Exactly.
I don't know why we don't do it consistently.
Because we can shoot.
With
We have a lot
Fournier
of
coming
shooters.
back though, with Fournier coming back and
He could be a
with Jabari
facilitator off the
Parker.
bench.
Yeah, he can anchor the bench unit, I think.
Yeah, that's a
If he can be consistent though.
He's a scorer, man. He's a
Because that's
scorer.
what we thought Teague could do. But then he just
We thought Teague would be like
we
I was
thought
when
he was
Bones to the
gonna
All-Star game.
anchor
Facts.
the bench unit, but then he just spiraled out of control.
bro. He's playing all right in Milwaukee though.
Yeah, he was playing all right the first couple games here.
He
Matt-
just couldn't miss.
Imagine we play Milwaukee in the playoffs and he averages 20.
I'll be so
Against us.
mad. I'll
He
be
was a
furious.
disappointment, man.
He
We thought
was.
he was gonna be a great piece off the bench.
I feel like
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson though. He doesn't get enough love.
I don't like Tristan Thompson.
I like Tristan
He's
Thompson.
a
don't
ball
think-
hog.
Yeah, I don't think he
Nah.
can do anything that Rob can't. And I think
He's stronger.
I don't
Like,
know.
he
Yeah,
gets
he's
I don't
like
think
he's a bigger body.
Against Embiid, I'd rather have him.
Mhm.
I don't really think it matters against Embiid. They're both Embiid's gonna get his either way.
Robert Williams gonna foul out in the first quarter.
Yo, I was watching the Bulls a couple nights ago. Tell me why Daniel Tice didn't foul at all. Not
He didn't
once.
Yeah, you
foul
told us
again.
about that.
There's no way.
I was like, yo, it got on my nerves.
There's no
I
way.
still don't think we should have let Tice go.
We traded for Mo Wagner, then we cut Mo Wagner.
Then we cut him for Jabari Parker.
That was a terrible move.
Nah, we got Luke Cornett, bro. Luke Cornett's a beast.
Yo, Luke Cornett's actually nice. Like,
I
for
think
He's skinny, though.
Ainge with that. I think he just got trigger happy. and just
Nah,
wanted
he was
to do
trying to
something.
avoid the luxury tax. That's why he traded him. And now we got our two main centers there without Tyson in the way.
No, I like how Rob gets more minutes. I always
Yeah,
said he should have
facts.
got more minutes, but
Facts.
Tice was improving too. He was hitting his stride right when we traded him.
I mean, yeah, he did miss the game winner the night before.
I got so mad.
You don't
It was
want
a
Tice
bomb.
shooting a fadeaway corner three for the game.
He didn't
Dude,
even have to
he
fade
just
away.
fades away for no reason.
If he just stood where he was, he could have drew the foul.
Exactly. But he wanted to avoid contact.
Kemba would have. Someone's his Destin's voice messing up for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Avoid contact.
Speaking of Kemba, we should have
It's
traded
messing
him.
up.
Yeah, it's messing up Destin.
Is it still messing up?
No.
No, you're good enough.
Good.
Nah, but
Now
I
we're
don't-
gonna. Now you can go.
I don't know what to do with Kemba, man. Because
I
you
think
can't move
we
his
need to-
contract.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't know. He's just again, like I was saying earlier, he's a liability defensively in the playoffs, and you don't know what you're getting from him offensively because he's so inconsistent. Huh?
Our only option would be to trade him along the assets to just get rid of him.
Yeah, but yeah, it depends what we have to give up, what we get. But he's just a huge question mark offensively and defensively.
I just don't understand why we want to try to replace Kyrie so bad.
Mm-hmm.
We could have just kept Rozier
Facts.
cheaper for cheap instead of signing aging Kemba for 30 mil. I just don't understand the
Would have
thought
been
process with
would
that.
have been a better outcome too. But Rozier didn't want to play here anymore either. So.
Now he wants to play if he was going to start.
Fact. He just wanted more like playing time and stuff.
Is Rozier a top 10 point guard?
No.
No.
He's better than Kemba. He's top 10 in my opinion.
I wished it would have worked out with Kyrie because we had him, JB, and JT getting along.
Bro. If we kept Kyrie, I would have pulled the trigger on an AD trade.
I would have built around Kyrie, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You wouldn't?
I would have.
Oh.
Would have.
Yeah, I would have made an AD
JB and
trade,
KT.
traded Brown and Tatum.
You think?
I would have traded Tatum and Brown to get AD.
I talk to my stepdad about this all the time, man.
I
The
think
Celtics
AD
messed
would have been
up.
a rental though.
They should have traded for Kawhi.
Yeah, but
Wow.
yeah, facts. We should have did the
They were
Kawhi
asking for Jalen
trade,
Brown.
and we just wouldn't do it.
I don't care if it's a 1 year rental. The Raptors won a championship,
Exactly.
and we had a better roster than them without Kawhi.
Bro, the East was so deep that year. It was crazy.
I want to
I
say
don't know
Like the-
that we had the better
Like
roster.
the top four.
Nah, it was like a bunch of like mid tier teams.
Yeah,
So-
like the top four in the East were stacked.
Mhm.
They weren't stacked.
Cause like think about it.
If they faced the healthy Warriors, everyone would get smacked. Every single team.
Yeah, probably, but they were nasty.
I just don't think we have any consistency anywhere on the team, especially come playoff time.
It all just depends on Tatum and Brown, man.
It depends on who we face. Like if we face Atlanta,
Well, yeah.
if we face Atlanta, we could beat them. If we face Miami, we probably won't beat them. This is that
I
simple.
feel like we're gonna get Atlanta though. And I
hope
like
we
it.
do. But New York
Either
keeps
way,
winning.
I don't see us winning a second round series.
I see
don't
us beating
know.
the 76ers.
I don't know if I'm biased, bro, but like I don't view the Sixers like
Facts.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I don't either. But last year was different.
Yeah, they didn't
They
have
weren't
Simmons,
healthy.
that's why.
I just feel like if we keep it close, we would win a game. If we keep the game close, because they don't have a closer.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is keep
But-
the game close.
Look at what happened last time. We were keeping it close, and then they just pulled away.
True.
And
Maybe playoff Tatum's different. Maybe playoff Smart's different. Who knows?
Facts.
playoff Kemba's different for the worse.
Nah.
Nah, I feel like Kemba, he's gonna be consistent during the playoffs. 18, 19 points. I'll take it.
Not against the Sixers. He never beat
No.
Ben Simmons.
Mm-mm.
And he never beat Ben Simmons. That's crazy.
Facts.
And he played for Charlotte, so like that's still crazy. He was dropping 60 points for Charlotte. That's
That's
2 years
No.
ago. He was dropping 60, bro.
That I don't know. I just don't know if the Jays are gonna be consistent enough.
I don't know, man. So we done?
I can't.
I don't know. Are we?
That we have nothing else planned.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Good
That was
first
over an
episode.
hour. That was great.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, wherever you guys are. But yeah, we'll be back sometime this week. We don't know when. But yeah, thank you. Peace.
All right.